Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers. Big up to anyone new. Gratitude to you. Let's talk about Jai Opetaia. Oh my goodness, this guy's mentality is steel. He is so going to put on a great performance. I'm almost convinced of it, against Briedis. That is on the undercard of Fury and Usyk on May 17th in Saudi Arabia. Jai Opetaia, in a recent interview, a lot of the interviews going around because they're talking about the sparring. I'm not really so interested in what, he said, she said. Obviously, Jai Opetaia just said that didn't happen, and he's not going to say it did happen, is he? Let's be honest. But I'm more interested in his mentality, what his preparation has been like, and you can just tell he cuts no corners at all, and I love that.
It's just all hard work. It's discipline. We've been patient. We've sacrificed, pain, blood, sweat, and tears. There's no shortcuts. The journey we've had to get here, and it just made it all fucking feel good, because now that we're here, we know we deserve to be here.
Because this is what endears me. He is just a thoroughbred fighter, and I am working on a documentary, not right now, but it's in the mind. I welcome anyone new to the channel as well. If you are new, I've got quite a few projects on the way. I'll leave that video at the end about what's coming, but I like to throw some artistic angles on some of these videos. And one of the ideas I had for Jai Opetaia is called the thoroughbred, where he's just born to fight. Thoroughbreds are born to run. They're like a certain breed of racehorse in England. I don't know much about horse racing, but I know that they are born to run. He's born to fight. He's been reared since he was 6 years old. His parents seem like amazing people. They kept him in the gym. They even said if you wanted to go out and train, you need to train before you hang out with your friends. And look, he's a family man, and he is ready to take Briedis' head off, and he's focused, and he's just a pure fighter. He doesn't get involved in any of the razzmatazz and all the showbiz. And he was asked about the Haney Garcia card. I'm going to do a fight breakdown briefly on that. It's going to be a small one. That's not a fight that really enamored to me to begin with. I just think it's going to be so one-sided that there's been so much chaos in the build-up to it. And just like him, I was pleased to see, not surprised at all, where he was like, it's not for me.
It's showbiz, you know what I mean? They get mixed up with the fight game and showbiz. It's me personally, man. I'm not for that shit at all. You know what I mean? Like, makes degrading the sport in a way. You know what I mean? Like, David Haney, man, he's a great boxer. You know what I mean? I respect his hard work. I know he trains hard. You know what I mean? You can't deny it. But I don't know. I don't want to speak too badly about other fighters. I'm focused on my other stuff, but I've seen a lot of silly shit pop up in my newsfeed that I just scroll straight past. So, it is what it is.
He was like, it's not for me. It's so much nonsense that comes up in the feed, and it's like non-boxing related stuff. And he was just like, I'm not really into it. And, I like him even more, but he's great for the sport, because he's honestly a role model what kids should look to do. If you want to be successful at boxing, stay in the gym, stay disciplined, don't do anything else, work on your craft, get your head down, keep getting better, and just stick to what you're doing. And he's just been going from strength to strength to strength to strength. And right around the time where he got stripped, I made a video about that, and I didn't have an issue with him getting stripped, just the way it built up. And there was some people in the comments that couldn't quite understand where I was coming from. They thought I was like siding with the IBF, and I was like, no, not at all. There were a couple of fighters that came out too and said, well, sanctioning a fight against someone that's barely British level is dangerous. And you saw what happened to Zora. I mean, he nearly got his head taken off. And then B, it just looked like Eddie Hearn and IBF were battling with some sort of business thing. Eddie was kind of trying to get too much, and they just pulled the plug. It had nothing to do with Opetaia. But I said at the time, I was like, this is going to be the best thing for him. Why? Because A, it's going to piss him off like no end, and he's going to be even harder in the gym. B, he's going to beat Zorro. C, he's going to be able to fight for the title again in a bigger fight against Briedis. And he was asked the question.
The IBF were like, right, we're going to strip you. There must have been a time where you thought, shit, do I grab the bag or do I wait, just keep my belt? But it's all worked out well.
has, man. It worked out real well. You know, we just done what we had to do, you know, and it worked out well as well because we performed well. We done the hard work, we trained well, and then we performed, and that's.
Shout out to Boxing King Media. They did this interview, and I'm using their clip, so just want to say thanks. Even though I didn't ask them, but I'm not exactly going to email them, but I'm gracious nonetheless. But he was asked, you know, how do you feel now? And he's like, yeah, I'm far better off. And I knew that was going to happen just because I just like, I know there's a lot of politics and mess. You can't get caught up in that. I knew he wouldn't. I knew he would use it for his own energy. And that's what fighters like him do. You know, you got options when you get bad news. You know, you just keep roll with the punches and use it to your fuel, or you can, you know, whine about it. And he's not that type. Most fighters aren't whining about it, but it's how you deal with it. Use it to your advantage. And I think he's done that. And this fight with Briedis is going to be a good one. I think he's going to come out the gates. I really think he's going to take Briedis out. Maybe late, but I'm working on a fight breakdown / film study. I haven't quite sure. I'll figure out how I'm going to present it yet. This is sometimes when I do videos, as I said, I try to be a little bit more creative with it, so I'm just giving it some thought. But that is definitely coming, and I'm looking forward to making that. That should be out in 2 or 3 weeks, because the fight's in about a month, isn't it? Wow, there's so much boxing on right now, I can't keep up. Shout out to anybody that asked me to make a video on the Bivol Beterbiev Saudi card. I will do that. I've just been so busy with so many projects. I've also, you know, been picking up a lot of gigs, working and stuff like that. I've got a lot on my plate right now, but I'm doing a live stream with a channel called J Roos Theory that I watch from the West Coast, and I messaged him today actually. Shout out to you, bro, if you are listening. And I was asking him if he wanted to do a live stream, so we'll cover that then. We're going to cover all the Saudi card. I'm going to do, obviously, I'll cover the Usyk, Fury, but this one is one I'm going to focus on a bit more, and all the other stuff that I've got going on. But if you are, like I said, new to the channel, I'll leave it the video at the end, and you know, there's just I've got tons of videos coming, so hopefully something's for you and you can find some value in it. But with regards to how the fight's going, look, one thing I love about Opetaia is his lead right uppercut. And I did make a video a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, you know, examining his training clips and talking about his style a little bit. But I think his lead right uppercut could be a really important punch, or his back uppercut too. And I also mentioned, I did a film study about Opetaia. If you're watching and you're interested, I'll leave the link up here and at the end of the video. I went into his style in quite a bit more detail. It's like a very Soviet, Eastern European kind of Soviet. Soviets are a bit more defensively responsible. He's got a bit more power, dynamic orientate, but he's got that Soviet pendulum step, you know, like Bivol does, that in and out, and Usyk, and where they very lead hand happy like that, using that as like a magic wand. And then he'll come in like a ballerina when he wiped out Jordan Thompson.
Opetaia just giving himself the angles, composed, clinical, steps in once again. Thompson doesn't have the answer, and once again saved by the bell.
Wiped him out, but hit him with that back left. His foot speed is out of control. Opetaia's foot speed is unreal, and he'll just strike and he'll bounce, 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 and then he'll step, get his foot on the outside of your foot, and then boom, he'll just crack you with a shot. You don't even know where it came from, and he's a deadly finisher as well. He is on the destiny for greatness. Him and Tim Tszyu are going to be great, I promise you. I don't always make guarantees or stuff or promises like this, but when you know what you're looking at from a mentality point of view, from a spirit point of view, from a work ethic, discipline, sacrifice, dedication, skill, all of it.
It's just all hard work. It's discipline, you know. We've been patient. We've sacrificed, pain, blood, sweat, and tears. You know, there's no shortcuts. The journey we've had to get here, and it just made it all fucking feel good, because now that we're here, we know we deserve to be here.
Put your money on them two being great. Oh my God, they are going to be great, because they're right back in the gym 2 days later. Tim Tszyu said he's back in the gym 2 days later. Opetaia's the same thing. He just said he just works out, trains, and fishes. Tim Tszyu is probably the same thing, maybe with another different hobby. But they don't do anything else. They want to be great. They're calling out the top guys, and they're trying to make the fights happen. and they've got the ingredients and the DNA and the steel mentality to make it past the top, really, cement their name in boxing history. That's what they're trying to do. I've got so much respect for it. That's why I'm making so many videos about them, because they literally resonate so much, because that is just a superhuman being. Anyway, what time is it? I've been rambling quite a bit. 8 minutes. All right, not too bad. Yeah, that's it really. I'll go into another video. I just wanted to talk about his mentality and where he's at right now, and you know, they don't turn. And one last thing actually I wanted to touch on is, when you do put all this energy in the gym and you're making all these sacrifices and you're not going out drinking like Tyson Fury, or ballooning up in weight, taking lighter oppositions, whatever. I know it wasn't Opetaia's fault that he fought, you know, those two fighters. They weren't the best for him in terms of competition, but you know, he'll fight whoever he's put in front of him. But Fury, you know, obviously he hasn't really recently been fighting top guys, and he's been letting himself get out of shape, and that is going to cost him, because it's his overall conditioning against Usyk, where he's playing catch up. And Opetaia was like, we're in the gym, we're doing what we need to do, how can we, like, basically when they walk into that gym, then they are so confident because they've done all that.
I'm doing this to provide, you know, I'm bringing this to bring bread home for my family, so we can all take, you know, holidays together. You know what I mean? The drive's different for me.
Because they haven't been out partying, because he hasn't been drinking, because he's been in the gym, because he's just been trying to get better. All this reinforces your mentality to make it more steel. Tyson Fury has had that, don't get me wrong, a couple of times, you know, the Vlad fight for sure, the Wilder 2 fight. But then, you know, look, he's made a lot of money. I'm not like necessarily completely not understanding it. It's hard for me to judge him when he's at that level, and you know, God knows how much money in the bank. You know, he's just having a good time. But that will catch up with you when you fight someone that hasn't, which is Usyk, which is an interesting fix really, because they're both on the same card. And you know, you're going to see one fighter, well, a couple of fighters, Opetaia and Usyk, show you what it's like to be a real professional boxer, like really dedicated. And Tyson Fury's going to probably, I would think, be on the losing end because of his antics outside the ring and his lack of discipline all the time. I think these are just my opinions. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. Oh man, battery died again. You know what it is? It's not the battery, it's the videos that fill up the memory. So anyway, that's it from me. I really appreciate everybody that's watched, especially up to this point. Much love. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button. I've got tons of videos. I'm out of here.
Boxing.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, I hope you guys are good. Thank you very much to the subscribers. As always, I just wanted to show my gratitude to, you know, people that have been watching the videos I've been making and commenting as well. I've been having some great interactions with some boxing fans. It's been great. I just want to say I really appreciate it. And this video as well is just going to highlight some of the videos I've got coming up. I've got a busy couple of months. Give you a little bit of a premise of what I do on the channel. You know, my name's Henry. I'm an artist, like a DJ, music producer, so I try to incorporate a little bit of that in some of the videos. It's a little complicated, but once I get the style down, I think it'll be you know, quite enjoyable, hopefully for you guys anyway. I'll do my best, and some of the fighters that I've been homing in on, they warm to me so much because they get the best out of themselves, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I know there's been a few people on here that have been interested in training a little bit, and shout out to you guys. And I used to put some videos up with training clips, the shorts. I'll be doing a bit more of that as well, but I'll be doing the stuff that I have been doing, and the thumbnails you'll see coming up are some of the projects I've got coming up, which I'm really excited about. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I just wanted to give you an idea of where the channel's going and what's coming, and you know who I am as well, and just kind of let you guys know how grateful I am, which I already done. But you know, for now I'll stop rambling, and you know there'll be a lot of videos coming. The thumbnails will be done within a month or two. I'll get to work. Anyway, listen, have a great weekend, all right? Cheers.
Boxing.
Good. Good. Excellent, bro.
On your feet, you working your footwork, jab, yeah, boom, step, boom, that's it.
3, 2, 1, switch.
Beautiful. That's it, man, perfect.
Good. 1, 2. Okay, good. Excellent. All right, 1, 2 hook. Okay, 1 meaning the jab, 2 meaning your backhand, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, whatever backhand, then the hook. Okay, 1, 2 hook.
Boxing.
On the edge.